Just finished the project. It actually was released this past Friday. And I got to say, even an old guy that's been away from it for 13 years, it turned out pretty good.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Title of it?
1968.
Okay.
And the reasoning for the title is that's when the group formed.
Right.
So we went back and chose some old songs. Don't put me on the spot. I don't remember any names. Some old songs from the 60s and recorded them kind of in that fashion, and it turned out really good.
That's great. Okay. Well, Bill, we're glad we caught up with you here in Memphis. It's been great to have you with us on Gospel Music Today.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it very much.
The cover story on this month's Christian Voice magazine is about Carol Barham, and it's called God, Oral Roberts, and Billy Graham. There's also an interview with John Lanier called 30 Years Later, as well as other great articles this month. You can find a link to Christian Voice magazine at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
We have a new music video from the Lefevre Quartet.
And it's this song called A Rugged Old Cross, and it's from their new CD, Ascending.
The Lefevre Quartet up next on Gospel Music Today.
A shadow of the one who would pay the dear price. Tried but not guilty, since I've been forgiven, and dead but it's settled once and for all. A slave but I'm free now, chains have been broken. Was dead but I'm living, and it's all because of payment of love was given.
Heaven Bound is a new CD by Isaac Swell, and it was produced by Jeff Collins. It has Conrad Cook's Streets of Gold and Dottie Rambo's The Holy Hills of Home. The song on the CD that I like best is Oh Yes I Am. That's Heaven Bound by Isaac Swell.
Hello, friends. Rodney Griffin here with Greater Vision, and you're watching Gospel Music Today. Stay tuned.
If you miss Gospel Music Today on television, you can always find the show on the Gospel Music Today website, gospelmusictoday.com. You'll find concert updates too and links to find concerts near you. The Gospel Music Today website, gospelmusictoday.com.
Hi, I'm Sonia Browder with the Browders, and you're watching Gospel Music Today.
Jessica Horton has a new CD called Both Feet In. It was produced by Dennis McKay and Jessica. Some favorites on the CD are Life's Railway to Heaven and In the Garden, as well as the title song, and I like the song Tough as a Pine Knot. That's Both Feet In by Jessica Horton. Next on Gospel Music Today, we'll go to the archives and hear his songs. Okay, we said at the beginning of the show that we may go to Arkansas for the archives, so let's go.
And to be specific, we went to Gravette, Arkansas, one of Bro Greg's great concerts. We heard the His Songs sing, and that exclusive video is up next on Gospel Music Today.
Richard and his wife Kelly had their very first child. And when she was 3 days old, they discovered she had more than 22 tumors in her heart. Said she'd probably never make it. I'll tell you what, my first grandchild, you know how I felt. 13 days old, they discovered multiple brain tumors. They said if she lives, she'll never walk, she'll never talk, she'll never be like other children. And sometimes people will ask us, how do you get through? How can you keep singing? How can you keep a smile on your face? How can you keep serving God? And Richard was asked that question, and Richard said, we get through. I just tell them, Jesus. This is a song that was written for that story.
They ask me how I've made it when the times get so tough. They ask me how I smile when the going gets so tough. They ask me how I seem to live just above the storms, and how I seem to celebrate when the rains begin to pour. They wonder how I seem to move through every single trial and never bow to circumstance and dance through every mile. They ask me how through so much pain and questions with no end I can simply say that all is well and I am going to win. 'Cause I just tell them Jesus. I tell them I just call on Jesus. And through everything, oh, I feel His peace. And with His hand in mine, I can conquer every mountain in my life when I just call on Jesus. The name above all other names is still the one that I proclaim. It's still the Let me show what Jesus did for us. Mikhail, come down here, baby. Jesus, there's just something about that. This is our daughter, Michaela. This last week, July the 19th, Michaela turned 9 years old. All 22 tumors in her heart are completely gone. And you know, she's almost ready to start 4th grade. And her name is Michaela. And Michaela, if you want to walk around that way back there.
I do think we are out of time for this week's edition of Gospel Music Today.
And we thank you for spending the last 30 minutes with us. Remember, we have a Facebook page out there, and you can find out what's going on with Gospel Music Today right there on Facebook.
Good advice.
And we'll see you next week on Gospel Music Today.
This is Gospel Music Today. Now, here are the hosts of Gospel Music Today, Ken and Jean Grady.
We are glad you could spend some time with us on Gospel Music Today. We have Southern Gospel news coming up, some concert updates, and Jean has a feature group.
Our feature group this week is Rescued.
From the National Quartet Convention, I will be speaking to all the members of the Blackwood Brothers Quartet, and you've been listening to some new music.
A brand new CD by Pardoned.
And you've been reading.
I've been out reading the Singing News.
From the Memphis Quartet show, the Classic Melody Boys exclusive concert video on today's program.
And what about those archives?
From a couple of years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, a CD release celebration from Mark 209, exclusive video on today's program.
Well, that's excited. Let's get started.
You are watching Gospel Music Today. The news is next.
The McCameys have released a DVD of the NQC tribute to their 60 years of singing. Live Like No Other features live music and behind-the-scenes interviews. The Browns have released a new EP entitled Brave on the Stowtown label. The second single release is Better Off There, written by Sonia Isaacs-Yeri, Jimmy Yeri, and Wayne Hahn. Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee has named Gateway Management as Goodwill Ambassador for the state of Tennessee. The company is connecting their artists to the Tennessee Tourism Department and other state offices. Scott Godsee's Godsee Media Management has announced Arise Partners to bring artists and audiences together as partners in ministry. Partners will receive exclusive access to music and concerts, and their support will help cover artist travel expenses to small churches. That's a look at some of the happenings in the world of Southern Gospel. You can keep up with the latest Southern Gospel news by reading SGN Scoops digital magazine. Take a look at their website at sgnscoops.com. And you can find more Southern Gospel news at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
We have been on the road.
Yes, we have. We've been to the Memphis Quartet show, and every year the Classic Melody Boys come back to join, and it's always wonderful to see them. I think we have a clip.
Yes, we do.
Why don't you lead me to that rock that is higher than I? Won't lead me to that rock. Yes, lead me